You hardly think of anything at such moments. You sense some kind of new energy, the speed and splashing water. Waves are no problem. You can't express it in words, you just have to feel it, to broaden your mind, to feel like a pioneer. To be honest, we never thought anything big could come of it. We never thought of it in terms of a commercialized business. All I wanted was a good boat, to get me to some wild spot quickly, just to feel free again. All we had were those heavy boats with wooden floors that needed to be assembled, and there was nothing to just inflate and go, nothing of the kind. The idea was in the air. But no one was crazy enough to make it come true. A boat with a low-pressure, fully inflatable bottom. When the first boat came out, they showed it to people. When I came, I danced around on an upturned boat, really surprised it could be done. There were lots of challenges. The elements had to be strong, temperature-resistant, and watertight, and the boat needed to have good navigability. Water pressure forms on a bulge on the boat's bottom. It moves along to here, forming a kind of wave, and the boat starts to break over it. People found a simple solution for this. They put in rigid floorboards, or thwarts as they are called, and considered the problem solved. We were the first to design what is called a low-pressure inflatable floor. Put the boat on the floor, get in, and jump around on it. You can't damage it, but what's the secret? Probably high pressure? Nope. There's a low pressure inside, just 250 to 300 millibar, but it makes the bottom so rigid everybody wonders how. The tubes which make up the bottom are made of unstretchable PVC fabric. This confers an excellent longitudinal stiffness to all of our boats. A Solar is a heavy-duty boat. It is 10 or 20 kilos lighter than any other similar floorboard boat. And all you have to do to inflate it is to connect the pump hose to it. That's it. A Solar boat sits higher in the water than others under similar loads. Its inflatable bottom makes it float like a cork. It absorbs both small and large waves. They say it is like riding the waves in a Lexus. There are 3 inflatable sections, and so even if you puncture the nose of the boat or tube, you'll definitely still make it to shore. We did some tests with all tubes deflated, loading the boat to the full and trying to reach the shore by paddling oars. It coped with all the rigorous demands. The transom is installed right on the inflatable bottom. In case you hit a stone with any part of your boat, the transom will not take a harsh impact. You'll just go over it, and that's that. Your transom is above water and always dry. I think people did not treat us seriously. They laughed at us, saying it would never work. They would pat us on the shoulder and say, well, good luck with that. At first, we sold the boats to our friends and to our friends' friends. It was interesting to watch people's reactions at exhibitions. Where are the floorboards? How can you walk on it, etc. Some simply turned around and walked away. Instead of persuading people, I just said that there was a floorboat boat on sale on the next stand. Go buy it, but you'll be back in a year, and they did come back. At that time, it was the only boat on the market with an inflatable bottom, so we decided to give it a try. Of the 5 brands we had, only one is left. Solar simply outdid them all. It was not just another manufacturer of boats making the same thing under a different name. It was really a unique manufacturer. Little by little, all of our friends found themselves using Solar boats. Then a lot of copies of our boat appeared. I personally talked with some of the Koreans who confessed they were asked to copy the SOLARBOAT as well as they could, but they were ashamed of the results. We can call it a revolution on the market of inflatable boats. We've managed to establish a new class of products. Many competitors are trying to do the same, but our experience is truly unique. We've been manufacturing these boats for 11 years, and we've really come a long way. Our case is a rare example of a Russian innovation revolutionizing the global market. We started manufacturing beautiful big boats for hunters and fishermen, really tip-top quality. We call them boats for the lazy, as nobody wants to have to mess around with assembling or disassembling a floorboard boat in September or October. All you have to do is to remove your things from the boat, pour a pail of water in the boat to wash the deck, wipe it down, and pack it up. It takes just 10 minutes and you are out of there. I've been going on expeditions since I was 11. My parents were geologists, and all our expeditions lasting a month and a half or 2 months were self-reliant. We went to the Laptev Sea in the far north of Yakutia. Unstable weather conditions, strong winds, and waves. Solar is very stable afloat, and we use it because our main priority is safety. Our boats are always loaded to the limit, and we use the Solar with the biggest load capacity of 1 ton. I'm not just a seller, I'm a fisherman and an outdoorsman myself. We always used to bring along tons of glue and patching materials with us to be able to patch up the boat. Today, we don't think about it at all. When coming to shore fully loaded, we often do not feel like unloading everything and carrying it, so we just tie the boat to a Jeep and drag it over the rocks 100 or 200 meters to a dry location. Not to demonstrate the strength of the boat, it is simply practical. I have 3 small children, and there's nobody to help me take the boat from the car and inflate it. So I have to handle a 450 model on my own, and I do so. It's not that complicated. We are fishermen and outdoorsmen, and the main values for us are comfort, simplicity, and reliability. We were the first to use such boats on mountain rivers so turbulent that the locals were flabbergasted. They had only seen top-category rafters ride such rivers, and there we were in our motorboats. They usually admire our boats, ask their price, and offer to barter something for them. Things have not always been easy. Once we received defective materials from our suppliers. And unfortunately, the defects became evident to users only during boat operation. Probably, we were the first in the Russian mass production sector to recall our products and to fix all the boats, all the defects at our own expense. You can imagine how terrible we felt. Losing money is not as bad as losing the trust of our customers. Despite the fact that we deal with a major manufacturer, we negotiate individual, customized orders and they deliver. We can manufacture a boat of thinner materials if you want it to be lightweight and are not going to use it under severe conditions. But we can also make an ironclad inflatable boat for you if required. Some customers spend time on lakes, while others prefer rivers. Some ask for a strengthened bottom. We can strengthen the bottom for any customer. Someone might ask us to put a splashboard here or an apron there, or to cut the cylinders off the rear, or to extend the bottom between the cylinders and with a spot to hang the motor, or to modify God knows what else. Then we start implementing the changes. We often think, wow, we can really do it. And often a new idea results. Our customer should understand that if anything happens, the manufacturer won't abandon him or her.
Потребитель должен понимать, что если у него вдруг что-то с лодкой случится, его производитель не бросит.
You can find my telephone number on the website, and any customer can call me at any time, and they do so almost on a daily basis. Someone might ask us for an example to tighten a valve rib, which started to slacken, and so we post a tool for him to Kamchatka. Sometimes we do so free of charge just to please a customer, even if the request is not covered by warranty, and certainly if it is a warranty case. Solar boats are the best. My first boat is a 310 model, 5 years and no problems at all. It's like driving a Formula One race car. You just get behind the wheel and nothing can stop you. Once, with the pressure really high, I had a hard collision with some very sharp brushwood, so I thought that was it for my boat. But no, the resulting cut was quite small, and it took me just 10 minutes to repair it. And the temperature was just 5 degrees below zero in October. You can get almost anywhere on a Solar. Imagine yourself somewhere in a remote location where you don't expect to see anyone for half a kilometer. But then here comes someone else, also riding a Solar. What a surprise, really. The only drawback often mentioned when speaking of our products is the feeling of omnipotence they give. Many customers ask us to make the boats less capable of anything. Jumping waves in a Solar boat makes you feel truly free. This is our philosophy. Solar boats are the Jeeps among boats. They are like inflatable SUVs. It is very rewarding to see other people taking pleasure in a product you have put so much of your heart into. All of my friends are using solar boats. I plan to buy one for my father. You can recognize the people who come out to our shop to buy a Solar. If you try to persuade them to buy a different boat, they say no, we came for a Solar. We developed this boat 15 years ago to gain a feeling of freedom in the wilderness and to open up more opportunities. Today, we manufacture solar boats for others to enjoy the same kind of freedom we gained for ourselves 15 years ago.